everyone. Welcome back to the Heart to Heart podcast. My name is Daphne. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today, I'm going to be sharing this episode with my little brother Axel.
What's up, guys? My name is Axel. I'm 13 and I'm entering high school this year.
So, for this episode, I decided to switch it up a little and make it a little more fun. So, me and Axel have one thing in common. Well, we have a lot of things in common. Do we have a lot of things in common?
Yeah.
Like what?
I don't know.
Okay, one of the things that we have in common is that we love conspiracy theories. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. I hope you guys enjoy it. And I hope you guys learn something new or I don't know, maybe you guys change your mind about what you believe in. Quick disclaimer, guys. This episode is only for entertainment purposes. I am not a scientist. I did not do full extended research on any of these topics. It's just what I've heard, what I've seen. So this is not scientific facts. This is just my opinion and other people's opinions that I've seen on the media. So, Axel, do you believe in the flat earth theory?
No.
Have you heard anything about the flat earth theory?
Not really.
Okay, so I'm going to be telling you about the flat earth theory and let me know what you think at the end, okay?
Alright.
Okay, so from the videos that I've watched, before NASA, because what year was NASA invented? Do you know when NASA was invented?
I think it was in the 1950s, but
Oh yeah, it says that July 1958 is when Eisenhower, is that his name? He signed the National Aeronautics and Space Act. And it opened for business on October 1st, 1958. Okay, so apparently way before that, if you look at the old civilizations and what they believed the earth looked like, so it's the Navajos, the Chinese, the Babylonian, the Mesa, the Islamic, and other civilizations, they all had in common that they believed the earth is flat. So if you look at the pictures, let me show you the pictures of how they thought the earth looked like. You see, most of them, they had pictures like this.
Mm-hmm.
And they have all of them, it's a flat earth, and then they have the firmament, which we're gonna touch in a bit. But they all those civilizations, they all believe that the earth was flat. And then NASA comes around and they're the only ones that, ¿cómo se dice? They're the only ones that
seen the earth from that side.
No, they haven't even seen it yet, and they actually didn't know what earth looked like. And they just put a picture what they thought it looked like, and it was like a sphere.
Mm-hmm.
And then once they see it, once they say that they saw what it looks like, they coincidentally,
yeah,
coincidentally, it looks exactly like how they thought that it was gonna look like.
Mm-hmm.
But all these ancient civilizations picture the earth flat, and then NASA comes around, and it's the only one that that says that it's round. What do you think?
It's weird.
You think that they're lying?
Maybe.
So, Axel, you just did your first communion, right?
Yeah.
So you believe in God, right?
Yeah.
And you read the Bible, right?
No.
You don't read it that much?
Not really.
Only what they told you in school?
Yeah.
Because, okay, so I think that the Bible is a book full of knowledge, right? It's what our ancestors, how they, how would I say it? What God did through them and how God spoke through them. And it's all knowledge that if you read, all the answers are there. So that's my opinion. And in the Bible, there's a lot of quotes
mm-hmm.
that kind of support this theory that the earth is flat. And I'm going to read you some, okay?
Alright.
So there's this verse, it's Chronicles 1:16-30. It says, "Tremble before him, all the earth. The world is firmly established, it cannot be moved." So you know how they say that, okay, the earth is a sphere, right? Mm-hmm. So how is it a sphere if it's, okay, so they're saying that it's a sphere, but in the Bible it says that it's firmly established and it cannot be moved. But scientists tell us that the earth is constantly moving, right? And rotating around the sun. So in the Bible it tells us differently. So what do you think Do you think that that's correct, the Bible, or what the scientists are telling us? Or you think they're just like trying to like let us what? You think they're like not telling us the truth?
I think that they might not be telling us the truth about how the earth looks.
Cool.
Sorry.
And then on Samuel 1:2-8, there's another verse that says, Samuel 1:2-8, it says, "For the foundations of the earth are the Lord's. On them he has set the world." So basically he's saying like the world is set, like it's not moving, it's set, you know, like just like the other verse. And then on Psalms, is it Psalms or Psalms? Psalms, right?
It's,
Psalms 93:1, it says, "The Lord reigns, he is robed in majesty. The Lord is robed in majesty and armed with strength. Indeed, the world is established, firm and secure." So again, it's telling us how the earth, the world that he created, is firm, secure, it's established, it's not moving. So I feel like all these verses support that the earth is flat. Okay, I think I have another one. Hold on.
Alright.
I think it's Isaiah 11:12. Okay, so this one, it says Isaiah 11:12, and then there's a part where it says 4 corners of the earth. And the spheres don't have 4 corners, right?
Spheres are 360 all around.
So why would it say that there's 4 corners of the earth if the earth is a sphere? So what do you think so far?
I think your mom's coming.
No, she's not.
Wait, what was the...
What do you think so far about these Bible verses? Because do you believe that everything in the Bible is true? Or do you believe more scientists?
Some parts in the Bible that are true.
What do you think about the verses I just told you about? Or you're leaning more to what the scientists, because that's like all you've learned all your life, right? Yeah, so it's kind of hard to like, because before I started reading the Bible, I used to think that flat earth people, like the people that thought that the earth was flat, I thought they were straight up dumb.
Or like crazy.
Yeah, I was like, how is the earth gonna be flat? Like all we learn all our lives is that the earth is round. But I recently started reading the Bible, and I think that the Bible is true and it's full of knowledge, and some of the answers that we're looking for, it's right there. It's always right there, and all you need to do is read it. So following up on this theory, I read this article where it says that this guy named Auguste Piccard, he was born in 1884, and he died in 1962. Have you heard about him?
No.
Okay, so he was one of the first persons to enter the atmosphere way before NASA existed. And when he went up there, I think he went up 55,000 miles up in the atmosphere. And supposedly scientists say that to see a curvature on Earth, it's 35,000 miles up in the atmosphere. But when he went up there, and it was higher than the ¿cómo se dice?
35,000 miles up.
Yeah, it was higher than 35,000 miles. And so at that height that he was at, which was 55,000, he should have seen a curvature like the scientists say, right?
Yeah.
But how he described Earth was a flat disc with upturned edges. So that was before NASA existed. What do you think?
I don't know.
Are you gonna say I don't know the whole time?
I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, like that's kind of weird. No, that he described the ¿cómo se dice? That's kind of weird that he described Earth that way, and like a lot of people have described Earth like that, and then the only people that have described the Earth round is NASA. And after that, well, obviously they've taught us that the Earth is round, and obviously a lot of people believe that. But I feel like we need to be a little more open-minded and do our own research and not always believe what NASA tells us. Which some people be like, oh my god, like it's like the biggest departments like that are smart and like have a lot of knowledge and have done a lot of research. But I don't know if this is true, but I had seen this TikTok, I don't know if you've seen it, that NASA translates to deception or deceive, I think. You haven't seen that?
No.
Oh, yeah, it's Nasha, but it's the Hebrew meaning in the Old Testament. It means to be deceived. So basically, I had seen this video where it talks about how NASA is most of the things that they've put out in the world, it's a lie, and they were doing research on what the Hebrew meaning is, and they said that it was to deceive. And then, have you seen the NASA logo? How it says NASA, and then it's like a circle, and then like the world.
Yeah.
And then it has like a two red stripes through it.
Yeah.
They were talking about how that's a snake tongue, and how that, like, how the history of the snake in the Bible is to be lying. It's a liar. So have you heard about the stories about how, like, what the snake means in the Bible? Or like, what's the story that you remember? Like, did they teach you anything about that in your first communion?
I think like the Adam and Eve one.
What?
Where like, the snake bit the apple and lied to the gods about them. The humans.
Wait, the snake didn't bite the apple.
Swear. I don't know.
No, it was
that was the anime I was watching. That's my fault.
No, it was that Adam and Eve, they were in the garden, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then a snake came and told Eve to bite from the forbidden fruit. So the snake lied to Eve to get what the snake wanted, and so they could betray God. That's what it was.
Oh.
So basically, the snake is a symbol of
deceivement, lying.
And people are theorizing that that's what that logo means in NASA, those two stripes, that it's the snake tongue. Because I don't know if you guys have seen a snake tongue. Have you seen a snake tongue? What it looks like? Do you think it looks like that?
It's like split apart.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So, I've had also seen that there's this guy named Robert Simons. Have you heard about him, Axel?
No.
Okay, so Robert Simons is a scientist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what he works on is to make imagery from Earth, like, and make it into science. Or like, he has also I don't know if he's the one that does the pictures, like the images of the Earth, or if he works with those people. But what I saw this article that said that, or it was like an interview, and he himself said that all the pictures of Earth are photoshopped because it has to be photoshopped. He said that they aren't all actual pictures and they are all composites. So all the pictures that you've seen from Earth, they're not actual pictures, because they don't take pictures from, like, they take pictures, but it's not exactly what it looks like. It's just they have photoshopped them. So, like, doesn't that make you think, like, oh, okay, basically, they're admitting it to, like, being photoshopped, just saying, like, oh, they did a few little changes. But what if the whole thing's photoshopped and they just don't want to show that the Earth is flat? What do you think? Do you think that's a possibility?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I forgot what I was going to say because you left. So I think NASA's not really trying to, like, show us the full image of what Earth really looks like.
Why do you think they would want to hide that from us? You think it could be like they don't want us to? Because you've heard of the what is it, the New World Order, that they want us to believe in only one thing. You think that maybe they don't want us to believe what the Bible says, and you know how they say that there's a firmament around the Earth, and they don't want us to see all that? You think that could be a reason why?
Yeah, I think that's a possibility.
Is there anything you would like to add about this theory? Have I changed your mind, or you still believe that the Earth is round?
I think that the evidence, like, adds up on why people think that the flat Earth theory is true.
So would you like to research it more, or you're just like, like, whatever, like, I'm gonna just stick with what I know or like what I've heard, and like there's a possibility that you're in the middle, right? Or what do you think? Like you're leaning more to the flat Earth or the round Earth, or do you just want to do more research?
I feel like if I would do more research, I would like choose what I think is right. Like there's a flat Earth or a round Earth.
Okay, so you don't talk a lot. So why is that? Like, are you shy or what?
Yeah.
You're shy?
Yeah.
Do you have any theories that you know about, or like that you've seen lately that you want to talk about?
Not really.
No? Okay, so I guess I'm gonna do all the talking.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how I told you in like the beginning that this kind of has to do with the flat Earth, that there's a firmament. Do you think that's true? Like, have you heard about that or no?
I saw it once in like on the TikTok I saw. Like it was like a video where and then there was this one Simpsons episode where like the government came and put a dome over the city. So
like,
I believe that it can be a possibility that like something like that is true.
Okay, so just a quick little like thing. Do you believe that the Simpsons predict the future, or like that? Because you know how they have a lot of episodes where that shit happens.
Yeah.
You think that's true?
I think that they have predicted a lot of things that have happened over the years.
Because I saw this TikTok about how, okay, so kind of relating to the Simpsons predicting the future. I saw this video on how it says that the creator of the Simpsons is not that he can predict the future. So he's part of this group called the Freemasons. So they have a lot of like, they're really wealthy, and they're like, you know, they say that they have a lot of control over the world. So it's not that he can predict the future, is that he controls what can happen in the future. So like that kind of makes sense, you know, because a lot of things that happen are controlled by the media. Like, you know, what is it called, the Monopoly game, you know, all these companies own companies, and it's like huge companies that own a lot. Like, let's say, like, for example, to be honest, I don't know what they own, but let's say Coca-Cola, they own the news, they own like the newspaper, like they own what the media says.
Like they're telling them, they're telling the media what to say.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm telling you, like, oh, they can not predict the future, but control the future and what comes out. So that's pretty interesting, huh?
Yeah.
So a lot of people came up with this theory because they say that in The Simpsons, and a lot of characters, they have names that are linked to the Freemasonry. So like part of the people who are part of that group, they have similar names to those people. So that's where they're like, okay, that's adding up, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how I said that there's many people who are named like the Freemasons?
Yeah.
For example, the character of Homer is named after the ancient Greek poet who wrote about the Trojan War. And then in Freemasonry, the Trojan War is a okay, in Freemasonry, the Trojan War is a symbol of struggle between good and evil. And then there's many examples in episodes of Freemasonry, like when have you seen the one where Homer becomes what was it? He becomes a member of a secret society, which are called the Stonecutters. And then a lot of people think that it's like a parody of the Freemasons. And then there was like I think it was an interview, I'm not sure, but Groening, he said that he is fascinated by secret societies and conspiracy theories, and he said that in that interview, he said that he was inspired by this book called the Illuminati's Trilogy, which in this book, it talks about the idea of a secret society that controls the world. So that's kind of
weird.
That's kind of weird, right? Like, I don't know, to me that certainly adds up that they don't predict the future, but they control the future, which is pretty scary, to be honest. Because, like, all these shows about... You watch it or no?
Simpsons?
Yeah.
I used to.
Yeah, because I've seen... The only place where I've seen it is on TikTok. And it's, like, the 9/11... You were talking about that one, no? What was it?
It's like, it was like a magazine cover where it had, like, the number 9 and then the Twin Towers in the back showing, like, the number 9/11.
And was this episode before 9/11?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think... I'm not too sure, but I think it showed, like, a plane around it.
Oh, my God. And also when they predicted that Donald Trump was going to be president, no?
And that he was waving down the escalator.
Yeah. See, like, that's what I'm telling you, like... How, like, that's crazy that, like, I feel like, honestly, I feel like they can't control, because it's, like, a very powerful society. Do you think that they predict it, or do you think that they control it?
I think they might have, like, controlled that happened.
Okay, moving on. We were talking about how there's a firmament, and we, like, got lost in this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so back to the firmament. This is another thing that leads back to the Bible, which makes me truly believe that this is true, because it's full of knowledge, and I believe that the Bible is the truth. So in the Bible, have you read the first chapter of the Bible? Like, the first... Did they make you guys read that in your class?
Not really. I think that's, like, to your confirmation class.
They didn't tell you about how the world was made and how God created the world? No? What did they talk to you about in there?
Okay, we didn't really use our textbooks.
You guys didn't read the Bible or none?
She would just, like, tell us lectures.
About, like, what?
About hers. I guess, like, about what she thinks God's about and, like, stuff like that.
Oh, like, life lessons?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the first, like, when God creates the world, there's this verse, I'm not sure which one it is, but it says, "And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from waters which were above the firmament, and it was so." And that's Genesis 1:7. So basically, he's saying that before he put that firmament, it was water, and there was no land in between. So he created the firmament, and he separated the water from the water. So now that's where the land is. So many verses in the Bible, there's, like, many examples of this where it talks about. This one is Job 37:18, and it says, "Has though with him spread out the sky which is strong, and as a molten looking glass." So it's like a glass. Wait, did I ask you if you believe that the firmament is real?
Yeah.
You think it's real?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's, like, a crazy thing, like a crazy theory, that the reason why we can't travel to Antarctica is because that's where the Great Ice Wall is. And if you travel further than the ice wall, you can see the firmament, like, you can see it. And that's why, you know that you can't travel there, right? Like, only if you're, like, doing research and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know. I feel like that's so weird that they have it so,
Or, like, if they do let you go, you can only see, like, certain parts of Antarctica.
Yeah, like, that's so weird. And I think it was, like, some guy that researched that area. I think he went, right? And right after he came back, and I don't remember what he found, but right after, the United States went to claim that land, so, like, no one could go there, no one can do anything, you know? Yeah. And, like, not even planes can fly over, and you can't even see, like, on the satellite, you know how you can see many, like, states and stuff?
Yeah.
You can't even do that on Antarctica. So, like, here's an example of, like, how I believe that there is a firmament, which is that scientists have told us that you need water, glass or mirror, and light, and that's how you see rainbows.
Yeah.
So the firmament is the glass, and there's when it rains,
that's the water.
It's the reflection of the sunlight. So that's how that's how it makes rainbows, because it's a glass over us. And like you said, in The Simpsons, they showed that, right? That there's a firmament.
Yeah, like a helicopter came over the town of Springfield, and just like, it was like a bowl.
I think I've seen it with you, and then the Homer and like his family try to escape? No.
Yeah.
And they go under.
Yeah, cause the baby like finds a little hole in the sandbox, and she goes to the other side of it.
Dang, that's crazy. That's crazy how like I feel like a lot of the truth is hidden in plain sight, and we just choose not to believe it. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it, but it's just cool to know. Like, you know, it's cool to like have an open mind and be like, como se dice, like educated, I guess. Like, be have that knowledge, which would be pretty cool. Like, you can like do something about it, but we're just stuck in the matrix. Okay, so there's another like theory that kind of like is similar. No, like kind of like backs up one another, which is that the ocean is a pathway to the space. That basically the ocean, you can get through the ocean to space. No, wait, you can get to space through the ocean, sorry. So basically it's because you know how the waters were separated from the waters.
Yeah.
So that's basically, I feel like it's all water. So you can get through the ocean to space, and I feel like this is true because we've explored less than 80% of the ocean. Like literally, we don't even know what's down there, and it's never been mapped, explored, or seen by humans. And actually, a lot of early civilizations, they believed that the ocean and stars were linked. Like if you look at the Mayan and the Norse, the Hindu, the Inca, the Navajo, and the Arabic, and the Hebrew, their history timelines, their version of the ocean and space are all similar. And then I don't know if you've seen how like
you know something that's weird?
What?
Like, you know the pyramids in Egypt? They're aligned with the Orion belt. Like the
I think I've seen that.
It's aligned with the Orion belt.
So it could be like a portal, huh? Like to like space, or what do you think it was?
I don't know. Like I think they were like a lot more advanced back then.
Oh yeah, I've seen that theory too, that they think that, cause you know how I was actually listening to a podcast where they said that the civilizations were more advanced back then, and then when everything happened, that there's been ice ages and stuff like that, like all that technology gets wiped.
That it like restarts every like 12,000 years.
Yeah, and they've actually been more advanced, and because they actually could like, what was that thing that they could actually do? I forgot, but yeah, they say that civilizations back then were so much more advanced. Like, how did they build those big ass pyramids? And then also like the theory that there was giants roaming the earth. Do you think that's true?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? You haven't heard about that?
No.
Yeah, because they say that. You know in the Bible it says that there was giants, or like the fallen angels.
Oh yeah.
And then like they helped humans build all those pyramids and all that stuff. I think it's something like that. I'm not really sure. I haven't really done research on that one. But yeah, I was telling you about how they say that, have you seen how space suits look like the suits that they put when they go under the sea?
Yeah.
So like, and you know how astronauts train in the water to go to space? You don't know that? There's like a whole replica of the station that they
Oops.
There's like a whole replica of the station that they have in space in a pool in like their like headquarters or whatever, and they literally train down there.
No, it's weird that before they used to like research the ocean, but they just like kind of stopped researching it.
I saw that, but I don't know if it's true if they did stop. But I was talking about this with Alexis the other day. I think it was yesterday, and they said that he told me, he's like, "Oh, did you know that NASA actually started because they were researching the ocean?" And then
So people say like something probably scared them off that they stopped like researching that.
Yeah, I saw that video because it said that they started as a research for the ocean, and then they stopped after so many years, and then they started trying to get us off this planet or something like that.
Yeah, like I'm guessing like they saw something that scared them, and they started like researching space, trying to like move us planets and stuff.
So going back to how the ocean is connected to space, the sea is connected to space. Did you know that there's black holes in the ocean?
No.
So basically, like the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh.
Kind of acts like a black hole.
Yeah.
But they found the black hole in the ocean. I think it's in where is it? In the island of South Andros. It's a large, isolated, and it's 47 meters deep, and it was formed by like chemical erosion and all that stuff. That's like a black hole, and like how is it that like that's cool. Like there's black holes in the ocean and there's black holes in space, so like you know that kind of like gives you the idea. Okay, yeah, it could definitely be connected to each other. And you know how they haven't explored the ocean at all, like not.
I think they've only explored like 5% of it.
There's like 80% has not been explored. So you know all those weird animals that you find in like the super deep levels? People theorize that it's not from Earth. It's like ships that have landed in the ocean, like that have gone through the ocean from space to the ocean, and they stay there and they're like aliens. Like, have you seen that one movie? I don't know what it's called, but there's like a huge like animal down there, and it looks like it shouldn't be from here. You haven't seen that one?
No.
That, you know, like they say, oh, sea monsters, but if they're like aliens, because like a lot of like Asian like, you know, what are those called? Myths. I think they're called like myths. They have like a lot of like the
like
Leonis
or like sea dragons.
Yeah, like all that. Like, what if they're just aliens? Because like if you look at the way that the rockets they travel through air, it looks like it's a boat going through the ocean. Like, have you seen it's like similar how it like goes up like that and there's like waves behind it? Like it's like similar to when the boat travels in the ocean. That's why. Like, another thing is that, oh my god, I forgot about this. Okay, another theory is that the spaceships, they're not actually trying to go to space, they're trying to break the firmament. Because if you see when they're going up, they go like, up and they can't stop. Yeah, and they like come back down and they can't stop. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah. I had off track.
I know. And then what else do I have about the firmament? Yeah, that's like, I don't know, everything that I see on the Bible, I believe it, and that's just my personal opinion. But you guys should do research and just like see if you guys like, you know, because I wouldn't believe it if I heard it from other people. Like, would you believe it if you heard it from other people?
Probably not.
And it's like only when you see things, like when you see yourself is when you believe it, right?
Yeah.
So adding to this, like, because we were talking about how the NASA and everything. So this is a very popular topic, and it's about, do you think that NASA faked the moon landing?
I saw this one TikTok where it was like the Buzz Aldrin, and I think they were interviewing him about the moon landing, and he said like it never happened.
And then, oh yeah, I saw that.
And then there was this one from The Simpsons where it was like where where it showed them on the big screen in like space and stuff, and then like Homer saw him outside the NASA space, or like someone saw him outside the thing, and he knocked them out and put him in his trunk.
Yeah, I saw that one. There's actually did you see that there was a lawsuit for fraudulent practices about like a lawsuit against NASA?
Swear.
Yeah. So basically, they're opening a case because there's footage on their own live stream, like NASA's own live stream. I don't know if this is true. Like, I saw a video of this guy like talking about how, you guys have used green screens and stuff like that, but I can't find the video no more, which is weird. But it was like a lawsuit, and it was on their own live stream. And then the guy is claiming that. So this man is opening a lawsuit against NASA because he says that they are doing fraudulent practices. And basically what they're saying is that there's footage on NASA's own live stream of them being like in the videos, like you can see wires, you can see harnesses, green screens, to make it seem like the environment is weightless. And he was talking about how there's like in the videos you can see astronauts fading in and out of the screen, and the green screen glitching, and then that they're grabbing things that aren't even there. Like, I guess so, like when they're grabbing it, it's just like when the green screen, like, you know, they edited that, like, so they could, like, it could seem like they're grabbing something, and then I guess they messed up, and then like they're not even grabbing anything. And then also, like, people that are, like, the astronauts are getting tangled on their harnesses, and then they're pulling invisible wires, and then there's times where, like, astronauts appear out of thin air, like, they're invisible or some shit, and then, like, apparently, like, they appear out of nowhere. That's some weird stuff. That's some weird stuff going on. And then, like, you know how they record, like, the spacewalks?
Yeah.
There's been air bubbles. And how is there air bubbles in space?
Like,
I mean,
in their helmets?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, is there air bubbles, like, out in space? Like, do you know?
I mean, no, I don't think so. People say, the scientists say that there's not oxygen now in space.
Oh, yeah, right. So, like, how is there air bubbles? It's obviously because they're filming underwater. So, like, they film underwater, and, like, you know, in their pool that they have, and then in the green screen, they edit out the water, and they make it seem like the black space or whatever. So, yeah, I saw that video, and I can't find it now. I can only find the one on TikTok, but I can't find it anywhere. Like, I literally searched it up, like, lawsuit against NASA and, like, all that, and it doesn't come out. Unless I'm, like, I don't know how to do my research, but it didn't come out at all. And then, we were talking about how, okay, we said how the moon landing, like, if it's fake, right?
Yeah.
So, a lot of people, like, you were just telling me right now, or did we say on the podcast?
I don't know.
Where you said that this guy, that they asked him if it was scary, and he said it never happened?
No, there was, like, some interview that they were asking, like, I think it was, like, the main captain, Buzz Aldrin. And they were asking him of, like, something about the moon landing. And, like, it was fake, or it wasn't real or something. And then, like, in a Simpsons episode, they saw him, like, somebody saw him outside of the NASA space while they were supposed to be in space.
Oh, like, he was live. I think I saw that. He was live right on TV, and he was actually, like, in the studio recording.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, and then he comes out, and then Homer's right there, right?
No, I'm not too sure if it was Homer. It was, like, someone that he was supposed to be in space, supposedly. And that he, like, just walks out of the space station. And,
with
like,
his
somebody
spacesuit
saw
and everything?
him. Yeah. And he's like, holy crap, it's Buzz Aldrin. And he, like, knocks him out, puts him in the trunks, and puts him in his trunk and drives away.
Because the guy's like, wait, aren't you supposed to be in space? Yeah. And then he's like, oh, it's delayed or some shit like that, right? And then
he just knocks him out.
He knocks him out. Yeah, that's crazy. Wait, I had seen one. I just lost my train of thought. What was it?
You're talking about how, like, the lawsuit against NASA and...
No, but I had seen this video. Oh, it was actually they went up to one astronaut, like, in a hotel. I don't remember his name, but I saw this video, and they went up to him, and it was like a reporter or, like, paparazzi. I don't know what he was, but he had a Bible, and then he's like, oh, if the moon landing was real, swear on the Bible. And the astronaut was like Superman, and he was like, leave me alone, or fuck off, or something like that. And honestly, like, I get his reaction, but, like, would you, like, swear on the Bible, like, just to, like, have people happy, or, like, make them, like, believe it?
Yeah. It's like, I guess it's, like, weird that he didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, he's an astronaut, but, like, still, like, if they want people to believe that, he should, like, do it.
And I don't know if you've seen a lot of interviews, but, like, a lot of them, like, when they ask questions, they don't actually give you an answer. Have you seen that? Like, those interviews where, like, they ask them questions about space, and they're like, they don't really answer your question, they just give you, like, more questions. Like, have you seen that?
No.
Like, they don't really have a straight up answer ever, which is, like, weird. Like, actually right here I have little notes. So this is, like, this interview that I saw is, to me, is BS. Like, that does not make sense. Like, how can you lose such important evidence? So there's an interview of this astronaut that he claims that, okay, so they asked him if the moon landing was real.
Mm-hmm.
They asked him, if the moon landing was real, then why haven't we gone back?
Mm-hmm.
If our technology is super advanced than what it was back then, it should be more advanced. And then he responds that we don't have that technology anymore, that it was just destroyed, and that it's very painful to build it again. And he said that the other thing, that's all he said, that it's very painful to build it again. But, like, I don't know, like, if you really want to go back to space, shouldn't you, like, wouldn't care that it's painfully to build,
Yeah, like, if they really wanted to research other, like, parts of space, it would be, they'd want to build it more.
And I feel like they wouldn't fake it again, because we are, like, a lot of this,
like, our technology is, like,
yeah, it's more advanced.
It's more advanced than it was back then.
And
so
we can tell when something's fake. Yeah. And, like, our generation is more woke. Like, we investigate the shit out of everything, literally. And then I saw this other thing where they were talking about something. I forgot what it was. I stay forgetting, huh? They said that NASA accidentally recorded over all the original moon landing footage. How do you accidentally record it? So, like, basically they have all the edited parts out, but the actual moon landing footage where, like, like, I guess they don't edit it or whatever, they don't have it. They recorded over it with some, like, another video.
How?
I don't know. That's just BS to me. Like, that makes you not want to believe them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a verse that I saw in the Bible that says that, and God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. And then he made the stars also. So this is kind of to, like, backtrack on how the moon landing is fake. He said that he made two great lights. So basically the brighter light is the sun, and the lesser light is the moon. So how can you
see the moon during the day?
No. How can you travel to something that isn't a solid object? Like, it's a light. That's what it says on the Bible, that it's a light, that it's not a solid object. So obviously it would be fake to say that they traveled there when it's not something you can actually stand on. You get it?
Yeah.
I think that's it for that theory. Do you have anything you want to add?
Not really.
Not really? Okay, so wait, where was it? Ow! Okay, we are close to the end of this podcast, and we have one more theory that we literally just started talking about. Before we started this podcast. Before we started this episode. And it's about Kanye West. Axel, take the mic. What do you have to say about this theory about Kanye West?
I'm good.
I'm serious. Talk. And, like, you tell me what you've seen.
They said, like, that, because Kanye himself said that, like, if he ever disappears and comes back, that's not him. And a lot of things show that, like Kanye's, like, he's acting weird now, like, not as himself, like, as they cloned him.
Do you believe that clones are real?
Yeah.
Have you seen that one movie, Us? Is it called Us?
I'm not too sure. But there was this one rapper where I saw some conspiracy TikTok thing where, like, this one rapper showing how, like, if he died or something, showing how the government cloned him, like, how advanced the technology is to be able to clone him and still be able to do it, and, like, how they control him.
You know what other celebrity they say that is cloned?
Which one?
Britney Spears. Have you seen that one?
No.
That ever since, like, because I don't know if you knew this, but they had her in, like, a...
Cool?
No. Like, she had an agreement or something like that she couldn't post herself. Like, she was controlled very much by her family. And then she got married, and all her videos are so off and so weird. And they think that she died a while ago. and that the person that is out is her clone. Which basically, like, most of her videos look like CGI. Like, they don't look real. Like, they're, like, fake. Just, I don't know. It's pretty weird. It's pretty off. And, like, sometimes she posts and they look like it's not really her. And, like, the only person that always comes out in her videos is her. And then, like, in her wedding, everything was, like, so weird, like, so off. And there was only, like, famous people, and, like, not even, like, her actual friends. Something like that. But, yeah, that's another person that they said that was cloned. And going back to Kanye West, yeah, I saw that, he said that if he ever disappears, it's not him. And then, I don't know if you've seen those pictures of him where they say that he's taller than what he used to be.
He looks like hella buff now.
Yeah, but I think he's wearing shoulder pads, no?
Yeah, the video said that he was like he's wearing a lot of like muscle stuff now.
Yeah, so like I feel like his body looks different, so they're trying to like cover it up with that, like to make it seem like it's just his fashion now, and like also his face, like I don't know if you've seen his face looks so weird.
I saw this one TikTok where like it was comparing his face before he disappeared and when he came back. And there was like things that were like off of it.
Yeah, and he disappeared for a while, no?
Yeah, I think it was like a couple months.
Yeah.
Like a couple months.
Have you seen the movie Us?
No.
So, if you guys have seen that movie is so weird. It's basically about like this family and the people on top. They're like the real people.
Oh, I think I've seen it.
Yeah, it's like
where they're like, where it's like two sets of them.
Yeah, and then they live underground. Yeah. But at the end of the movie, the one that was down was actually the real mom, and the clone took over her.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
I don't think it was called Us though.
Yeah, it's right here. It's called Us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
That movie was so scary when I first watched it. Like, imagine if we're not even us, like, we're the clones and we think we're the actual people. What would you do if you saw yourself out there?
Probably freaked out.
But, like, would you, like, run away? Would you confront it? Would you follow it to see, like, if it's, like, going in the fucking underground or some shit?
I don't know.
I feel like, honestly, I would run away.
Probably shoot it.
Yeah. I know for sure Alexis would shoot it.
Look crazy ass.
Well, actually, like, have you heard about, like, that we have, how do you say that word? Duplicates? Doppelganger?
Doppelgangers, yeah.
I think that's how you say it. Mm-hmm. What if they're, like, actually clones?
Yeah. That could be possible.
Because, like, how could someone look so similar to you if they're not even related to you?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, well, that's pretty much it for our conspiracy theories. If you guys like this episode, let me know down in the comments. I'll make sure that next time Axel is on this episode, he talks more because I don't know if you guys noticed, but all he said was yeah and no. It's okay, he's a little shy. That's how I was when I first started my episodes. But, Axel, would you like to be on another podcast or are you good?
Maybe. We'll see.
Talk about what though?
I don't know. We'll see.
More conspiracy theories? You need to be ready with, some theories of your own because I know you have them, you're just shy. Wow. Okay, guys, see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great day, and Axel, say something.
So
bye, guys.